The year was 2015, a dark time in my life. I was stuck in a dead-end job. I had no money. I had no friends. I did not even have my little YouTube channel. And I wasn't really into watching movie reviews on YouTube or into movies in general anyway, no matter how good they were.
Now I'm telling these motherfuckers.
Then, one day the YouTube algorithm suggested a video to me, and so I clicked it. The video was of a strange man masturbating with a droid from Star Wars.
I know what that is!
I could not tell if it was real or a sketch, and I didn't really care either. I was having way too much fun laughing. The channel the video came from was a channel called Red Letter Media. So, after the stranger had finished wanking with the droid, I checked out another video on the channel, and then another, and another. I must have watched every video of theirs within a couple of months. I was completely hooked, and I'd caught up. I would have to wait like the rest of their fans for their new content. Much like waiting for the next episode of your favourite TV show. But whereas a lot of channels can go downhill after their initial success, Red Letter Media just kept getting better and better and better.
Visual storytelling. You know everything you need to know about her character by her dropping her purse.
She's clumsy and she likes to get fucked.
Did you see Jesus?
I heard him speak a couple of times.
And you know, this has to be made out of some very like high-tech material because this feels like it weighs almost nothing. It's like I am holding paper in my hands.
Wow, very cool.
Very cool.
Red Letter Media have become ingrained in modern pop culture in different forms. You might not have noticed, but your brain did. You've seen them on TV, you just didn't know it.
I'm sorry, but I cannot take my eyes off Dick the birthday boy. Yep.
You've seen them with some of the most high-profile actors in history, you just didn't realize.
Oh my God! Don't worry. You're manhandling me. Yes. I'm manhandling.
You saw all the memes, you just had no reference point. But thanks to me, you do now. Not that they needed my help, of course.
Hey, it's gonna happen! It's gonna happen!
Come on, gather around. All right. Okay.
And 1 million.
Is that it?
Mike Stoklosser, Rich Evans, and Jay Bauman. These are the three main characters of Red Letter Media. There are others like Jesse, Jack, and Josh, but the main three are really Rich, Jay, and Mike. Before they became the YouTube stars they are today, Red Letter Media was an independent film company that Mike formed back in 2004. While he was living in Scottsdale, Arizona, but is now based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Some of their bigger shows on the channel are Half in the Bag, the Mr. Plinkett movie reviews, Best of the Worst, Review, and their videos discussing just how much they love Star Trek.
How does it feel to have lived long enough to see all of your favorite franchises go down in flames?
Feels great.
But when they first appeared on YouTube over a decade ago, they were not the polished professionals they are today.
Hello and welcome to Half in the Bag. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jay, and we just saw Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2.
Mike and Rich hung out when they were younger. They enjoyed watching and making their own movies.
In my next movie, I'm playing an on-the-edge postal worker with nothing left to lose.
Jay would eventually come into the group after he and Mike met on an independent film forum called Rewind Video. The pair would make fun of terrible films on the site, and decided to meet after they realized they only lived 90 miles away from each other.
Actually first met Jay at the Burger Barn in Rockford, Illinois.
My name is Jay Ballmer.
They then started working together on short and feature films. Most of their early content on their YouTube channel were just clips from their movies, like Orange, Revenge of the Eggplant, Then there was Gorilla Interrupted, a powerful and poignant film in which an old woman, played by Rich's grandmother, feeds a gorilla pieces of shit.
Take it easy, baby, take it easy. There's your dinner. Be polite now, monkey man. Here, here's your silver thing. Say thank you. Or not, okay. That's good, monkey man. That's really good.
There was also Feeding Frenzy.
Action!
And they would go on to make other films over the years as well, with their most famous being Space Cop.
Let's talk about you. Pay no attention to what I'm doing.
Aha! I thought I smelled something fishy and it wasn't your lady clam.
As well as putting clips from their movies on their channel, they also made TV-style shows. Shows like The Dude Bros.
Oh, it's easy. Family Guy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Family Guy.
What?
Family Guy.
I said what?
Family Guy.
I said what? Oh, you're right.
The Family Guy's the bomb!
And there were also just clips of them messing around, having fun.
It's Gay Fireman, Dad! I'm gonna hose you down! You never supported me in my career choice. Gay Fireman! Oh! Oh!
It can be a pretty common thing these days, people pretending to be nerds because it's now cool, with shows like The Big Bang Theory, and because of nerdy channels on YouTube.
I didn't know that I was the fucking head of development at one point.
But when Rich Evans went to one of these nerdy conventions dressed as George Lucas, it just confirmed that Rich was the real deal. Only a true nerd would go to one of these conventions dressed up. It was clear that Red Letter Media had talent and were extremely creative. It just felt like they hadn't quite found their thing yet. But it wouldn't be long before all that changed.
Space Cop is the best movie ever made.
After the sketches and short clips came the Star Trek Generations review, and compared to the other videos on the channel, it did huge views for them. Mike reviewed the film, but not as himself. Instead, he channeled his inner Mr. Plinkett.
They forgot to ask Nichelle Nichols, and they asked Spock, but he said no, because the script sucked.
Go to hell.
Mr. Plinkett was originally a character that Rich Evans played in a college final.
My name's Mr. Plinkett, and I got a problem.
Mike didn't really like doing a review with his normal voice, and according to him, it felt like it was missing something. That perhaps it was just a bit bland. So he put on the Mr. Plinkett voice, donned the disgusting serial killer personality that is Plinkett, and that seemed to make his reviews more interesting.
I'll do anything, just let me go.
Quiet, I'm making my YouTube Star Wars review.
Star Wars!
What is this?
Don't hurt me.
Where's window?
Please just let me go.
I said quiet! I'm making my review, you shut the fucking mouth!
Mike perfectly dissected the movie, blending humor with sound reasoning. It was clear even back then that Mike was a huge Star Trek fan, and any criticism he had towards the movie or any of the other Star Trek films was because he was such a huge fan of the show and wanted the characters and story done right. A few other sketches followed the review, but then came the video that drew attention not only from other YouTubers but from the mainstream media. It was the biggest video on their channel at that time and is still the biggest video on the channel to this day. It is of course Mr. Plinkett's The Phantom Menace review.
Star Wars The Phantom Menace was the most disappointing thing since my son.
Nothing on their channel had even come close to being as popular as this video. And with the success of the video, it brought in a surge of new subscribers. People who had never heard of the channel before were now instantly huge fans. Mike would go on to review the other 2 Star Wars films in the prequel trilogy.
Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones is the worst thing ever made by a human. Except for the bagpipes. Star Wars Episode 3 is the most disappointing thing since Star Wars Episode 2. What kind of an intro is that, you say? Well shit, I think it's hard to be disappointed anymore when your expectations are so low they're right next to fucking dinosaur bones.
After doing a couple of random videos that didn't do as well as the Star Wars reviews, it was clearly time to focus on movies. There are what seems to be an endless amount of movie review channels on YouTube, but what set Red Letter apart was the detail in which they went into their reviews, as well as their sophisticated humour.
Oh, I can't stop coming! Ah!
Mike, as Mr. Plinkett, would go on to review plenty of other films as well.
Ghostbusters 2016 is quite possibly the worst film ever made.
And anytime a Plinkett review came out, it felt like a big event.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is the most disappointing thing since, well, probably the Phantom Menace.
The Mr. Plinkett reviews really kick-started the channel. Of course, Mike couldn't have put these huge, in-depth videos together just by himself. He had the help of his Red Letter colleagues. And by the time Mike had released his Star Wars The Last Jedi review, fans had gotten to know the cast of Red Letter pretty well. Describe Mike.
Describe Mike. Likes to drink.
Well, yeah, they think he has diabetes. They think you're an alcoholic. It's just. Yeah,
I don't know why they would think that. I mean, really, it's weird.
It's pretty crazy.
Here we are on the elevator in the hotel, and we're going to interview some people. Wait.
Yeah, he believes in ghosts, doesn't he?
Okay, Mike. Yeah. You believe in ghosts. Do you also believe in this crazy thing?
Mike, he likes to tell jokes, usually bad ones.
He has more baggage under his eyes than an airliner.
Describe Jay. Jay really likes horror films and weird films.
That was some weird, perverted Frank Henenlotter shit when the girl started fucking the puppet. That was genuinely entertaining.
Oh, Jay, he's a film buff.
He did a movie before that, a really low-budget movie called Sleeping Dogs Lie, a charming romantic comedy about a girl that blows her dog. But there's only a small element of the movie. It's actually very touching.
Describe Rich.
Yeah, he's got loads of catchphrases.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! AIDS!
AIDS.
AIDS! AIDS and 9/11.
Rich struggles to pronounce words correctly.
Are sitting on a folding table that's covered with a dirty tablecloth.
What's a chable?
Chable? Folding table. Okay. Like in a good movie, scene A would like lead into CB. This happens because this happens, which causes this to happen. I've been waiting since 2010. The only thing in the video is they take these poor scared cats.
Yeah.
And then they put them in front of a blue backdrop. Back. And then they. He hasn't collected enough eyes yet to necessitate two.
You think he'd get there?
Try that again.
He hasn't collected enough eyes yet to necessitate two.
You think he'd get there? Necessitate.
Necessitate.
Do you want another beer, Rich?
Huh?
It's necessitate.
Necessitate.
You're missing a whole syllable in it.
He doesn't have enough eyes yet to necessitate. Fuck it!
Describe Jack.
Jack? I don't know that character.
Who?
He's bald.
This is funny, by the way. I get it.
It was clear that reviewing films was the direction the channel was going in, but putting together a Mr. Plinkett review clearly took a lot of time and effort, and if they wanted their new subscribers to stick around, they would have to upload videos more often. So in came Half in the Bag. Mike has described the show like a cross between Siskel and Ebert and a 1980s sitcom. Mike and Jay play VCR repairmen, who discuss movies whilst finding increasingly convoluted ways of avoiding their scheduled repair work on Mr. Plinkett's VCR.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't had a VCR repair job in about 15 years.
I know.
We need to milk this for as long as we can.
Well, usually the elderly are pretty stupid.
Oh God, yeah.
You guys are late. About a year and a half late.
We had to order parts.
What was that, for the Plinkett house? You ever fix that VCR?
It's complicated.
Rich Evans is now back to playing Mr. Plinkett, but it's a different Mr. Plinkett to Mike's movie review character. This has led to some confusion with continuity, proving just what hack frauds they really are.
Arise, Lord Plinkett.
What?
The time has come.
What?
The time for your next review is here at last.
My next review? I don't know what you're talking about.
What? Why, your next movie review for the internet.
What's an internet? I don't do movie reviews.
What?
Mike and Jay and all of Red Letter Media are hacks.
A lot of fans actually didn't want them to do Half in the Bag in the first place. They just wanted more Mr. Plinkett epic reviews.
And user XXSWFan92 says, "Get off your lazy f***ing ass and give us what we want, you fat homo. No one cares about Half in the Bag." Oh.
But Mike and Jay stuck with it, and it has become one of their most popular shows. The relationship between Mike and Jay is one of the main draws of the episodes. They bounce off each other and they have different tastes. Jay comes at movies more from the technical side, whereas Mike is much more for the audience point of view, and they both understand the filmmaking process. Jay clearly has a lot of affection for Mike.
Let's see, who would have ruined the movie?
I was also about to watch Dick Shark.
All right, only it's staying in.
There seems to be nothing that Mike could say that Jay wouldn't find amusing. Well, almost nothing.
Are you fully functional? I am fully functional. That's a reference to Star Trek Next Generation. Do you remember when Data traveled back to San Francisco in the 1890s and met Mark Twain?
Mike will make Jay laugh a lot, but it's not as often that Jay makes Mike laugh with Jay playing the straight man role. But when he does make him laugh, it's worth the wait.
Those are not movies. Those are, hey look, it's the Incredible Hulk. Oh no, he just stepped on Paris Hilton. And Paris Hilton said, that's hot. And then one of... And I thought it was a really odd note to end the movie on just 10 minutes of news footage of 9/11.
They may make each other laugh at times, but nothing makes them laugh quite like a bad movie. Because the pair can act so silly at times, it could be tempting to think that the reviews themselves would be silly and not taken seriously. But they break films down perfectly and with great care and thought, unlike some pricks. The next show for the channel after Half in the Bag was Game Station 2.0. Created by Mike, Rich and Jay, the show revolved all around video games and geek culture. Hosted by Rich, the series aired from the 22nd of March 2012 to May the 28th, 2012. It provided a traditional gaming review by Rich, interspersed with scripted segments and a satirical opening sequence, based off internet review shows at the time.
From the 90s cartoon show Batman the Animated Series, I love Mario Kart.
Rich plays Unit 603, who is trapped in a dystopian future where he is forced to review games. And it was a pretty creative and fun way to review games, different to what anybody else was doing. However, after just a couple of episodes, the series was not continued. The group just got too busy with other shows, and Rich felt uncomfortable being the sole reviewer of the games. So, sadly, GameStation 2.0 was over before it really began.
Ow, my dick!
However, the gang tried again to do a game review show by uploading the first episode of Previously Recorded on April the 15th, 2014, on the new channel, also called Previously Recorded. The show would this time be hosted by both Rich and Jack, and they would also stream live to Twitch, with these live streams then going up on the new channel. For this channel, Mike and Jay would have very little involvement. It was mainly Jack and Rich. And rather than GameStation, which had a storyline, this show was just Rich and Jack discussing games. So it may have been a new channel with a new format, but it was still the same old Rich Evans.
Entrances, like the teleport.
Yeah, the teleporters, the treasure chest. Invisible Ink is the new game from Clee Clum Entertainment. Stylistically, at least it was a breath of fresh air.
And one of the more entertaining aspects of Previously Recorded was when Rich and Jack would get frustrated by the games they were playing.
Oh, fuck that!
Fuck. Oh my god, my shoes! My shoes!
What?
What? Oh, I don't know. Apparently my shoes came on top.
Oh! Fuck this! You tails, you dumb motherfucker!
But thankfully, when the games were annoying them, at least they had each other. Nothing brings two people together more like playing games together.
You know what? You can go fuck yourself.
Every now and again, another Red Letter member would join in on playing games on the live Twitch streams. It was great when Jay joined in especially, because he may have been a movie buff, but he didn't have a clue about games.
Or you can hold down the right trigger to break down the door.
Oh, shit.
The right trigger, the right trigger. Right.
That's what I'm doing. No,
right.
And Jay wasn't the only other Red Letter member to be terrible at playing games.
Mike
wants
going to play Don't Shit Your Pants.
Don't Shit Your Pants.
I'm very good at shitting my pants, so
sure.
Don't Shit Your Pants.
Is it going to be hard for you?
Good at it.
He's peeking his head. Do something.
I don't know how to go.
Oh, you shit your pants. Is the goal to get from this one?
Okay. Let's try it again. Okay, what do I do?
You shit your pants!
Oh, wait. I have a solution.
Yes?
The game isn't... The title isn't Go to the Toilet. The title is Don't Shit Your Pants.
Oh,
take off pants.
Rich Evans, you're a genius.
Shit.
That's we did it. We beat the game.
Most fans were happy Red Letter had another channel, and it didn't really matter whether they were talking about games or movies. People were just happy to have more of them. Well, most people anyway.
The alien doesn't have eyesight, you dumb, fat, skinny fucks. It's pure instance. Look, crocodile brain, like lion brain. Don't play the game. Uninstall it, you boring twats. Don't about things you don't like. Do you know lessons of life? Talk about stuff you do like, twats.
Sadly, Previously Recorded would go the way of GameStation 2.0, the gang just got too busy with other projects for the main channel. So unfortunately, previously recorded is no more. After GameStation 2.0 came Best of the Worst. Best of the Worst was created by Mike, Jay and Rich. The three were used to watching bad funny B movies together in their free time, but now they began filming themselves doing it. The show would include the usual cast of Red Letter, but it would also have special guests from time to time. Special guests like visual effects artists Colin Cunningham and Jim Maxwell, who have since gone on to appear in more Red Letter videos, and have become fan favourites, fitting in nicely with the main cast. A group of usually 4 will watch 3 films, and at the end of the night will decide which is the best of the worst, with the worst film of the night sometimes being destroyed. A group of friends sitting down together watching bad movies has since gone on to be a popular concept for a lot of channels. It may seem like a simple idea, but it's a good one. Seeing a group of friends all sat around laughing, having fun together, makes you feel like you're part of that group yourself, especially when it's Red Letter Media doing it.
You're gonna die.
You don't stop these creatures. No women with big tits will be safe anywhere.
I'm sorry to interrupt this lovely party, but I'm afraid we're going to have to ask everyone to leave. We've just discovered that poison gas is leaking from the old mines, and for your own safety, we're evacuating the town.
Friend or enemy?
I'm a friend.
You're a liar.
This house was vacant. We rented it for the holiday. We?
And most of the time before they even start laughing at the movies themselves, just reading about the film is enough to make them laugh.
Fearless Disciple gives America a lesson in ninjitude.
What? It does not say that!
Ninjitude. Don't get mad, get vengeance.
A seemingly invincible being of pure light energy, driven by a hunger for knowledge and a taste for young women.
Of course!
And when they aren't laughing at the films, they'll usually just be laughing at Rich Evans.
A brilliant ophthalmologist. Okay. Ophthalmologist performs his final ophthalmologist. Star of CW Network show slash Lisa Need. Star of CW Network show slash Lisa Neal's VIP. Okay, I'm going to read the second sentence of the back of the box now.
Yeah, this is taking so long, it's time for my panfar.
Unfortunately for the group, a lot of the B movies were not as fun as they were hoping for. But it would be worth sitting through all the boring ones when they finally discovered a truly great film.
Look out!
It's one of those smart cars.
Whether the films were good or bad, Rich would often display an impressive and at the same time scary ability to predict what was going to happen.
He asked the little kids, he's like, what's the highest point you can imagine? And the little girl's like, oh, a mountain. And the kid's like, the moon.
The highest place you can imagine is the top of the World Trade Center. The Quixotic Battalion will be there on September 1st of 2001.
September 10th. The morning of September 11th.
You have to be there to get the medallion.
That's not it. That's the Empire State Building. It's really tall.
Certainly it is.
But the building my dad showed me is much taller. And there are 2 of them.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God!
Holy shit! How the fuck did you call that? That was so random!
Rich, did you write this?
No, I did not.
The gang would also do a yearly Halloween special episode.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it.
And it was during one of these Halloween episodes that the group gave Rich a very unexpected surprise.
Well, Rich, we figured you might not wear a Halloween costume today, so we got one for you. And you just might recognize it.
Okay.
Do you remember it? From a very special day when you were 5 or 3 or something?
What the fuck? Why do you have this? Why do you have that?
Happy birthday, Dick the birthday boy.
And that wasn't the only surprise Rich would get that episode.
So after Mike saved my precious heirloom,
Yeah.
and it had a picture of me with this birthday boy shirt and the Showbiz Pizza next to the Showbiz Pizza bear.
Yeah.
Here, 30 years to the day later, not only am I wearing the same shirt, but we're watching this movie, and there he is.
Yes, being carried out on a stretcher.
Showbiz Pizza bear, dead.
Ah, what the fuck? Oh my God!
It's a Halloween miracle!
Oh my God!
You've been reunited at all these
Dick's the birthday boy.
I can't believe that.
Under the banner of Best of the Worst came Wheel of the Worst. Rather than choose the films themselves, they would leave it up to the wheel. It was basically the same premise of watching bad movies, but with the wheel, they watched more instructional videos and terrible home movies rather than feature films. And from the very first episode, they regretted this new way of selecting videos.
Oh, fuck you, Dance of
Can
Birth.
we do this over? Please? I don't want that one.
The time has come for us to dance.
With the whole point being random, they had no control, and had to watch some truly terrible things.
Oh, we're gonna learn about being a latchkey kid.
How sad.
And it continued from then on.
And then we have Tom Parks in Diabetes, a positive approach. It's a very positive thing that you got diabetes, right? I hope I have diabetes now because my lifespan will be shorter and then I can die sooner. What's next on the wheel?
They would wish to watch a certain video, but of course the wheel would never allow this.
And finally, everybody's been asking about the Shoji Tabuchi show.
You know what's going to happen, right? The wheel is going to land on that instead of our next tape, the Shoji Tabuchi show.
The most anticipated video of all time.
In human history.
And even when they tried to cheat the wheel, there was nothing they could do.
Oh no,
God.
let's do it again.
Oh, fuck this!
Hold on, wait. Let's do it.
Rules are rules.
No, we can't.
Let's start again.
We
okay,
can't.
let's just.
No.
Can we?
No, we have to. Here's the.
You're wasting a spin.
Now it's gonna land on something good we can't watch.
It was almost as if the wheel knew and wanted to cause them pain.
Oh, a fucking spark went in my eye!
The gang was feeling the pressure of the wheel. It looked like they were almost defeated by it. But then, something amazing happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please make welcome to the stage the incredible Shoji Tabuchi!
Look at that coat!
Everybody's going out and having fun. I'm just a fool for staying home.
Oh, it's terrible!
After the Shoji Tabuchi show, it felt like they had peaked, so they decided to get rid of the wheel.
I know exactly what we need to destroy tonight.
But no one's ever really gone.
Oh god, I thought we threw this fucking thing out.
We did, Rich, but the garbage men just brought it back to us. It was so embarrassing, even the city of Milwaukee didn't want it.
Over the years, Red Letter would introduce new ideas for Best of the Worst, like the Plinkett board, Spotlight, and Junker. But no matter how they chose the films they would watch, there was always one director's movies they relished above all others.
Swamp Zombies, his first one, it's like an origin tale of bad. Swamp Zombies starts off semi-competent. And then falls apart as the movie goes along. By the end of the movie, it turns into a Len Kabasinski movie. So today, I think we should watch another Len Kabasinski movie, Curse of the Wolf.
What is Curse of the Wolf about?
Well, I don't know. Let's read the back of the box and find out more about this turd.
Yes, after laughing at his films for years, Len Kabasinski appeared on Best of the Worst. And thankfully he seemed to have no ill feelings towards Red Letter, or Rich Evans especially, for mocking his movies.
Ow, my face! Ow! My face! That hurts!
And he even did a sit-down interview with them. He came across very well and a particularly good sport.
1, thank you for coming. 2, thank you for not kicking our asses.
People, well, you know what, in indie cinema it gets like that because some people take it a little too personally with things. I mean, we're all sweaty. It's literally like passing out level of heat inside this barn that we set this cage up in. And I do the one flip over his back on the one scene. Well, in the real take, I mean, I landed right on my head. Hence, you get the films you get now.
Red Letter even laugh at themselves, and admits how difficult it is to make a movie.
Curse of the Fist of Vampire, then Warriors of the Apocalypse. 6 movies.
I think that's everything.
How many movies have you made, Jay?
Oh, in the last decade?
Yeah.
Would you say Swamp Zombies was like 10 years ago,
10 years
right?
ago, yeah.
Okay, in the last decade, we've made 2.5 features, and it's fucking hard. Making movies, like we can be snarky assholes, but actually making a movie, getting people together, organizing, all that shit is really difficult. And you have a day job on top of this. Like, how have you managed to get all this shit?
And a kid.
And yeah, how like...
So, thankfully, Len seems to get that there is no malice when they are laughing at one of his films. I think he gets it anyway.
Kicks to the groin I could handle, as far as me trying to be choreographed.
It's always funny. When somebody gets kicked in the nuts, it's always funny.
It's about the only physical activity I could handle if I was trying to be a stunt person, I think.
But you could handle getting kicked in the groin or kicking someone in the groin?
Because I can show you how to do that now if you want, how to get kicked in the groin and make it like look good and stuff.
Oh my god.
We can do that, and it takes like 2 minutes.
It'll take a long.
It's good to see indie filmmakers talking together. Like they say in the interview, they know how hard it is to create something. Len would go on to appear in more videos for them, and hopefully because of how well he comes across each time he appears in a video, we get to see even more Len in the future.
Who put that there?
Another famous face to appear on the channel was Home Alone 2 star Macaulay Culkin. And just like Len, Mac seemed to really like the gang, and just like Len, he came across really well and very humble.
So on this very special episode of Best of the Worst,
I'm Macaulay Culkin.
I guess
he was able to laugh at himself, not take himself too seriously, and fit in straight away. He enjoyed appearing on the show so much that he came back, and then back again.
Welcome, Dick the Birthday Boy.
And again, until it started to feel like he lived there. The gang even went on Mac's channel, Bunny Ears. It looks like Mac went from Red Letter guest to Red Letter friend, and considering just how much Mac likes the group, it is very likely we will be seeing him on the channel again, and again, and again.
Still got it.
One of Red Letter's favourite bad B movies is Samurai Cop, And when they got the star of Samurai Cop, Matt Hannon, on their channel to do a sit-down interview, it was extremely exciting.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jade.
And we're here with Matt Hannon, star of such films as Samurai Cop.
We learned all about how Matt got started in acting and found out the answer to a lot of unanswered questions Red Letter had about the movie.
That's the Venice Beach
That's
location.
the original, the pool location.
That's a different, no, that's completely different, that one is. Yeah, sorry. You're confused every day. I'm like, where are we going today? I mean,
Like most people who come onto Red Letter, Matt came across very well, and he knew how bad Samurai Cop was, but he seemed to have no bad feelings about the film. And just like Len, Matt seemed to realise that when Mike and Jay are laughing at him in the movie, it's nothing cruel, because even Matt laughs along and makes fun of the film himself.
everybody knew their lines, which I, had to remember those lines. Now I'm telling these motherfuckers.
There was not multiple takes of anything?
No, never. That's why it's all shit.
Even
But you do feel for him when he is explaining his frustrations.
Did you say, hey, my wig came off?
No, we just knew. I mean, Amir would come over and pick it up, dust it off, and put it back on. I mean, I was so frustrated. You guys have no idea. It's just like, I can't fucking believe it.
When Red Letter covers a bad B movie in such depth as they have with Samurai Cop, it gives the film a brand new audience. Matt even got to do Samurai Cop 2 because of how big the first one had blown up. Because Matt had answered all of the questions they had for him, it's unlikely he will return on the channel. But at least the one time he appeared, it was a fantastic experience for them and us. They seemed genuinely excited to meet him. And who can blame them? What a guy.
Now I'm telling these son of a bitches.
Because of the recent success of the first movie, Matt finally got to star in Samurai Cop 2. And Matt got to star alongside another B-movie star and meme machine in Tommy Wiseau.
There is no room for the worst, Joe. No room at all.
And Red Letter Media actually met Tommy Wiseau themselves and uploaded the footage in one of their earliest videos on their channel.
Oh my God! Don't worry. You're manhandling me. Yes. I'm manhandling. Okay.
They even asked him to do a shout out for one of their old buddies.
George Lucas? You're tearing me apart, George!
Sadly, Tommy Wiseau has never appeared on one of their shows, but if he did, it would no doubt be one of their biggest videos ever. Other famous faces to appear on the channel have been screenwriter Max Landis, actor Patton Oswalt, who is a really big name. After all, he's appeared in some major films and shows. He's been in Ratatouille, The Boys, BoJack Horseman, and of course his biggest role ever, Space Cop. One famous person Rich actually got to meet, maybe, who hasn't yet appeared on the show was Julia Roberts. As we've already seen, Rich, or as he was known then, Dick the Birthday Boy, met the Showbiz Pizza Bear. And when Julia Roberts was younger, she used to work at a restaurant called Showbiz Pizza. She would have to dress up as the Showbiz Pizza Bear, so when she appeared on Ellen and the show had a spare minute away from being awful human beings, they found an old photo that could have been her, and it happened to be the photo with Rich Evans in.
Is that you? And look at, wow. Okay, I'm sorry, but I cannot take my eyes off Dick the birthday boy. Yep. Honestly, who said that's a great idea? Yeah.
Sadly, Julia Roberts has not appeared on Red Letter Media as of yet to discuss the photo, but surely it's just a matter of time.
Have you heard from Ellen yet? I thought she was going to invite you on her show by now, so that her audience could see what happened to Dick the Birthday Boy.
She was, but then she saw what I look like now and didn't want to depress everybody. I got to live long enough for Julia Roberts to be horrified by me.
Having become a successful and popular YouTube channel has paved the way for Red Letter to meet some pretty big names. But the biggest name they've ever had anything to do with, at least biggest for Rich and Mike, is Captain James T. Kirk himself, Mr. William Shatner. Now, normally Red Letter Media does a pretty good job of staying out of YouTube drama. It's what the platform is becoming known for, sadly. So it was a real shame when Mike got into some drama with one of his childhood heroes. It was really mostly one-way drama though.
They call it a boomer fight. And we are not fighting with William Shatner.
We haven't even talked to him.
We haven't even talked to him technically. We have nothing to do with this. Number one, William Shatner and people out there, we did not invite William Shatner to come on our podcast or any of our shows.
No.
People did.
It seems that people wanted Mr. Shatner to go on Red Letter Media, and he was getting lots and lots of tweets about appearing on their channel. But he didn't want to do it. And then even Macaulay Culkin tweeted him saying he should do it. So Bill watched some footage of Red Letter Media and he didn't like what he saw. He saw Mike making jokes about Star Trek and he misinterpreted some of their humour and didn't realise that Mike is actually a huge fan of Star Trek and a huge fan of his.
If you rewatch the entirety of the original series, Kirk Shatner, he's great.
I took the proper steps. In the proper order. I did exactly what had to be done. Exactly when it should have been done.
Then Bill got some tweets calling him names because he didn't get some of the red letter jokes and satire.
And then somebody said he was stupid for thinking we were shilling for fake Star Trek beer.
Because they should just expect him to understand everything about this YouTube channel he doesn't know anything about?
Yes. To which he replied, "No, I'm not a simpleton, sporto."
Bill and the people tweeting at him then went back and forth for a while. So now Kirk has blocked Red Letter and anything to do with them, even though it wasn't them who were tweeting him calling them names. That is the simple version anyway. Even Mike still isn't 100% sure what's going on.
And I haven't quite figured it all out myself.
Okay.
I can totally understand William Shatner's perspective, where it's not his world, and people.
It's actually a real shame. For one, I think Bill would be amazing on Best of the Worst, and two, Mike is actually a great admirer of his work. Mike is a fan of his acting, not just in the original Star Trek, but in his entire career. I'm hoping one day they realise it's all just a misunderstanding and he appears on the show. After all, Mike seemed pretty upset by it all.
I just can't take Captain Kirk pulling up pictures of me on the Nerd Crew set and calling me a moron. My heart can't take it, okay?
But at least not every Star Trek actor hates Mike.
Mike Stoklasa and Rich Evans. My name is Jonathan Frakes, Commander Riker from Star Trek, The Next Generation. Your fans have reached out to me, so I would send you some words of encouragement. So Mike, Rich, you're doing a great job on your YouTube channel. And remember, red alert! Shields up! Arm the aft photon torpedoes. Make it so, engage, and all the other next-gen tropes you can think of. Mike, Rich, may you live long and prosper. That's from your fans, and from me. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
If they don't get Captain Kirk on the show, here's hoping they get Riker instead. They'll just have to make sure they have a comfy chair for him. On the 24th of May 2016, Red Letter Media introduced a new show on their channel called Review, and they couldn't have been more excited about it.
Hello and welcome to Review, a new series from Red Letter Media. I'm Mike.
And I'm Jay.
I'm Mike.
Still?
This show would have no sketch elements to it and was a much more straightforward review show. Two characters would discuss movies they think deserve more recognition, or just something they like and wanted to talk about. So a little bit like Half in the Bag, but not quite.
And it's the same thing as Half in the Bag.
What is?
The show, because it's just me and you.
It won't always just be me and you.
Sometimes they will watch a movie they haven't seen since they were younger and return to it with fresh, older eyes.
That was one of the scenes where I could definitely kind of gauge as I saw it as the years have gone on, like how my reaction has changed to it. Initially I was like, oh, this is just wacky hilarious, like there's the chickens and they're man-made but they're new. And watching it now at a later age, it's horrifying.
I remember loving Labyrinth as a kid, but now as a grown-up, my adult eyes just keep focusing on Bowie's penis. It may be a more traditional way of reviewing movies with just two people talking, but it of course would still have the same elements you would expect to see from them. It would have plenty of sarcasm.
At Halloween, he did this, he went on to do Back to the Future, he did Jurassic Park, he did Jack and Jill, all the classics.
Jack and Jill, the lighting in that, the cinematography is just exquisite.
And there was plenty of well-crafted intellectual jokes.
I suppose we should talk about the elephant in the room before we discuss Ghostbusters. I was talking about Melissa McCarthy, because she's fat.
And it was nice to see them get to sit and discuss things they genuinely love. Jay with his love of David Lynch, and Mike and Rich getting to discuss Star Trek. It was all going so well for them. And then this happened.
In this episode of Review, who are you gonna call? That's right, the Ghostbusters! Today we're talking about the Ghostbusters, the 1984 comedy film starring Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Hal Ramis, and Ernie Hudson.
Rich.
What?
You're a YouTuber, but you're not an asshole YouTuber.
Oh, fuck! I got confused.
Yeah.
I saw a red curtain, I thought we were that one prick. What's his name?
There's so many pricks out there.
I can't remember.
Most people realised that Red Letter were just making a silly joke, and there was nothing more to it. But not everyone realised that.
A couple weeks ago, Red Letter Media, my favorite YouTube channels. Love their videos. Always have. You can ask my friends. The best. I love their videos. Favorite YouTube channel ever. I've donated money to their website. And the first time that I ever got mentioned in one of their videos was being referred to as a prick. And did I say or do anything about it? No. I did remove them from my channel box though. I messaged them on Twitter and I did. And I was like, we're good, right? Like, this is clearly a joke. And they replied almost instantly, like, dude, no one here thinks you're a prick. It was a joke, and we weren't even really talking about you. We just kind of threw that photo in there because you're a big YouTuber. And I was like, I figured that, it's all good. We're all friends here, we're all adults.
Thankfully, to clear up any confusion, Red Letter Media took the high road and addressed the situation in their next episode of Review.
A lot of people were very upset that we would imply that other YouTubers are pricks.
Wait, but they're pricks. All those people we talked about? And these other ones too.
Yeah.
They're all pricks.
Well, yeah, sure.
And him, he's a really big prick.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, we can both agree on that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Pricks.
Now that the controversy was out of the way, they could get back to reviewing films. And with the help of comic book artist Freddie Williams, Red Letter Media would go on to review one of the most unknown and most underappreciated films in history. I am, of course, talking about Horse Ninja. Horse Ninja was a real comic book turned into a real TV movie back in the 90s, but it never got released, and no one knows what happened to the Horse Ninja himself. Until now. Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Snowflake, and I am here with Horse Ninja, star of such films as Horse Ninja. So, Horse Ninja, how are you doing? I'm very well, thank you for having me. So, you were the star of Horse Ninja? Yes, guilty. There was a rumour going around for a while that you were dead, but you're obviously not dead. What have you been up to since Horse Ninja? Well, after Horse Ninja, my acting career was over. I turned to drugs, mainly ketamine, obviously, and I didn't act for another 25 years. Then one day your boss, Jimmy Bunker, got in touch and said, do I want to appear in some sitcom you guys were doing about zombie Karens or something? I wanna... I want to speak to your manager. Oh my god. What? What is it? That was a great day of filming. Thank you for doing that. No, it was my pleasure. It was nice to act again. But yeah, since the world saw me in your sitcom and realised that I wasn't a dead horse, things have been pretty crazy. And yeah, we are currently shooting Horse Ninja 2. Wow, what can you tell us about the film? Well, we have Tommy Wiseau in it. We have a Len Kabaczynski directing. The script is very hush-hush at the minute, but yeah, I'm excited for this one. I know Horse Ninja is one of those funny bad films, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the chance at redeeming myself. With so many channels popping up on YouTube of self-proclaimed nerds who would sit around a table discussing the latest pop culture, Red Letter Media decided to join in with their version called The Nerd Crew. Mike, Rich and Jay are the hosts of the show, with the guys usually focusing on Star Wars or superhero movies. The Nerd Crew show would be completely different to the other nerd shows on YouTube, but also exactly the same.
It comes in this wooden crate, which I'm going to unlatch so we can get a look.
He is unlatching the crate. I think the crate, by the way, is awesome in its own right.
We have here our Geek Crate. And as you can see, this comes in an authentic crate.
They weren't making it up.
No, that's an actual crate.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
That's very cool. It's very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
I think they look really cool. I think it does actually nothing more than just kind of sit there, I guess.
Because every month I get a box and whatever's in there might fill the empty void in my soul.
A new show on the channel meant more videos, which meant fans got to see more of their favourite hosts. However, some people were not that happy with the new show.
You can think whatever the fuck you want to think. Leave people alone. And it is not fucking wrong to be passionate about Star Wars. It's not fucking wrong to be passionate about any movie that you like. Going to Comic-Cons, going to Celebration, and you think it is, and you think, oh, well, you're too old to be doing it. Fuck you. Fuck you in the face. Because you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want and be passionate about it. Fuck you for making fun of people for being passionate about their shit. Go suck on a fucking toad fart. Go suck on a fucking toad fart. Go suck on a fucking toad fart.
Yes, people could get very serious over the Nerd Crew, but thankfully they didn't take themselves too seriously.
Well, yeah, that's right, Rich. And I'd like to take this time to thank our other sponsor, Nerdbox.
And a BB-8 watch. I'm not sure. Hold on, my BB-8 watch went off. This has to be made out of some very high-tech material because this feels like it weighs almost nothing. It's like I am. They're wise enough to see the criticisms of their films, and then keep the things that are criticized and change other things. The quality craftsmanship on this.
Oh my god!
It looks.
I've put some Vicks Vapor Rub inside it.
Oh, it smells like James Earl Jones.
So, Rich, if Darth Maul did survive the plunge down into that pit on Naboo, does he have robot legs?
Oh, I was going to say skateboard, but robot legs, that's much cooler.
He eventually won the right to drink at the dive bar and was awarded Cyborg of the Year by Jabba the Hutt at a ceremony on Bespin.
Yes, one of the big highlights of the show was watching the gang break character. However, there is nothing funnier than watching Rich Evans watch one of these real nerd channels break character themselves.
You're going to, though.
What's that?
You're going to.
I don't want to.
No, because it's our coverage. Haley's got a lot of really good interviews with Imagineers.
So first of all, I don't want you to do that on the air. You can call me afterwards. So you know what? So then someone else hosts the show today. Someone else hosts the show today. This is the second time you've done this. The first time you've done this, you burst in the door. Okay.
But you're not the producer of it, and
I am actually. Yes, I am. I'm actually. That was the deal I made with Fernandez. I'm also just the same way you didn't know. The same way you didn't know that.
The Nerd Crew shows us just how bad other channels can be, how they can sell out.
What are you eating?
Denny's.
What?
How they can become an arm of Disney, a long-form advert, the YouTube version of the shopping channel. Red Letter Media held a satirical mirror up to them and said, look how silly you were being. And no one likes to face themselves, and nobody likes to see the real truth.
Go sucking a fucking toad fart.
Yet at one point they were probably real fans, with real, honest opinions. But they blew that by bending over and letting Disney shove a loot crate up their arse. So, what was the point of all of this? Well, I hope I've shown the tiny few who hadn't seen them before the best channel on YouTube. And for those who were already fans, to just remember how lucky they are, that a group of hacks stayed true to themselves, worked hard for their success, and never bowed down to anyone. Yes, they may have physically changed over the years.
Oh my God! What's wrong with your face?
But they've never wavered over who they really are. They never begged for likes or subscribers, and they never pandered to their audience. It started as friends having fun watching bad movies, and it will still be that, even if you're watching or not. Here's to over a decade of good times they've given us. And as long as Rich Evans' diabetes and Mike's alcoholism doesn't stop them, here's to another decade of Red Letter Media, the best of the best.